Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator with me, Borden. We're here with our priest playthrough of Father Ted. Right, we are going to run time on and try to catch up as we go. Apologies if you hear some banging. Someone is, I think, doing construction out in the garden next door. Okay, let's go for this one, erudition. Okay, that's not bad. In last night's dream, I was in the lodge of the sage knight, behind a white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me, I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here, so let me tell you about something else. Okay, so we get some erudition, which can go there, which you probably use to combine another set of those. Okay, let's get in here again. Maybe we'll get lucky and snag a glimmering as well. Okay, so that notoriety is taken up. The law does not touch this decaying fringe of the city. The mud here has claimed many lives, and there will, no doubt, be some wretched criminals or other lairing in the warehouse. Okay. And let's see what we need. Okay, planning for next phase. Right, we're going to send Elridge along. Yeah, I don't know how loud that banging is for you guys, but I can definitely hear it. And I've got my headphones on. But this is the only time I get to record at the moment, so I've got to do it. No one understands us. Or else they understand us too well. Okay, well, listen, Dorothy. I know it's been tough lately, but I believe in you. You know, a couple of mistakes, it's fine. You know, I've made mistakes lately as well, so I think you can sort it out. And Ted then would send her back out with those words ringing in her ears. And he would be secretly hoping that this doesn't happen. But it just has. Sucking mud, tricksy fissures. The earth is hungry. We need a lantern to show us a way, or forge to make one. Okay. So Cat is going to go along. The watchman will lend virtue to our lamps. That they will show us the perils to avoid. Probably. Okay, you need to do as well. Yeah, he's taken that. This time I think he is going to be able to generate some tentative evidence. Let's check there. So we got some fascination. Last night in the brilliant blue of the lodge of the sage knight, I sat on velvet cushions, watched two dead contend with shining swords. They came at the place, said the woman who rules here now, the one who once called herself Galmier. I was not the sage knight, if that's what you're wondering. He went higher in the mantis long before I came here. My attention drifted. The swords sparkle like falling water. The dead move like dancers. Okay, so you can go there. Then we shall... I think we're actually going to do this. In times of special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of a special crisis. Okay. And here, I've increased my knowledge of the secret histories behind the one we know. Grab that. Now, we have erudition, so we're going to start these off and use this. And hopefully come across the glimmering at some point. We're going to get a vitality out of that as well. That's good. This maybe not so good. My own heart pumps so strongly today. Nice, so you can go sit there. Okay, so you're looking for that, but you'll only get it if he messes up. Oh, the deep piece, but I should not try this again, or do this again. Okay. Yeah, let's pop that in there. Oops, we have to start it first. Start, and then pop you in. Here we go. Oh, no, no, no. That's bad, someone's got a wound. Let's send Pope along. We should have been paying more attention there. So it's going to be Victor. Oh! Interesting, Victor hasn't had a wound before. Their wounds are grievous. Heal a fallen follower with talk. Okay, so we'll try and sort you out, Victor, when we can. Oh, nice. He failed again. I'm safe for now. My agency has not enough evidence to bring a case against me. They found no new clues. So there, yeah. So he was obviously onto it. He felt like he'd found some evidence that could, you know, very much help him in building a case. But then, you know, Dorothy was in the area as well, and maybe he was in a tea room checking over his notes, and she came along and accidentally knocked his notes on the ground. They both go down to pick them up. He sees it's a nice pretty young lady. He's not really paying too much attention. She slips the piece of evidence into her purse and hands him back the rest. And he goes back, tidies things up, checking over the rest of his notes, and it's only much later then that he discovers that the piece of paper that he thought was maybe a vital clue is missing. And then maybe, you know, the next day he comes back to the tea room, tries to, you know, look around the place, ask the people about, you know, if they cleaned up. They tell him they have. They tell him that they didn't find anything for the description that he said, but they, you know, that a lot of stuff was cleaned up there, and if it was left behind, it's probably lost at this stage. And then he'd probably, you know, give up at that stage. And now Dorothy has that stuff in her purse, and now she's got to get rid of it. Whether she can do that or not is another thing. As yet, I've only the needs and desires of any other mortal, but what stirs in me? And she was able to do it as well. Dorothy, as I said, slipped it into her purse, made her way out of the cafe, then probably took the train and went out, you know, a number of stops in the opposite direction to where, you know, the opposite direction of actually coming back to our little village. Got off there, went to just a normal bin or like trash can if you're American. Put it in there, knowing that no one's ever gonna find it there. It's gonna be disposed of. No need to burn it or shred it or do anything like that. Just knows that, you know, with the systems as they are, there's no way it's going to be found. And she's able to come back and report to Ted and say, yep, I did it. And Ted then pretty happy that he put his faith in her once again. But these guys are a different thing. The watchman will clear our sight, so we can almost certainly pass without error. Good. Now we're going to send Rose along, because Victor needs to be healed. Let's pop Victor in here and pay to heal him. So yeah, Victor will probably come back. Let Ted and Rose know what's going on. Ted and Rose are probably chatting anyway, and he came in and then they saw his wound. Maybe, you know, a bit of shock because he's always been one that can handle himself, so the fact that he got wounded on such, not easy per se, but certainly a mission that would be seen as more straightforward than the ones we had been doing previously, would maybe have been, you know, been kind of a cause for the guys to pause a bit and think about it. And then Ted would have just looked to Rose to share a bit of a knowing look between each other. And Rose says, "I want to go," and Ted says, "I want you to go." And she heads on out to not necessarily take control, but certainly steer things back on track. Right. Looking for a glimmering. Could be either of these two. Let's try you. Perfect. Favour for authority might have been nice if we hadn't gotten rid of that notoriety before. But this glimmering is perfect because you're going to be looking for it soon. The Son of Splendour, the Arrow who once ruled the Manses, was known to walk in the orchard before his terrible division. Sometimes his remnants walk here still. Sometimes I see the chilly radiance of the Menascate through the trees, or the chillier radiance of the sun in rags. Were they to come upon me, it might be my end, but to see them in the distance is a gift of insight. Let's grab that. So you can go here. You can pop up there. Right. Let's get back in there. We're mud splatter and thorn scratch, but we've made it through. Good. The wolf despair prowls elsewhere. Okay, you need the glimmering. We have the glimmering. It's good. So we're going to have two of those, going to be able to combine and up, up, up. It's going to be good, hopefully. Okay, let's send funds. The wound is healed, as much as it will ever be. A gate of pain and possibility remains. Okay, so you're about to resolve. Let's see what you're going to do. You're going to be able to take that dread, which is good. Okay, I'm going to go for the orchard this time. Because we don't need another glimmering right at the minute. The arrows have been called unmerciful, but they permit sleepers sometimes to walk in the orchard of lights, where each fruit glows like a sunset, where the roots of the trees are shaped for peaceful rest, where the mist soothes the heart. I was there last night. The taste of the fruit lingers, sharp and sweet, as the passage of spring to summer. Okay. I think maybe you're going to become a vitality, so I'm going to put you there. Right. The watchman will always certainly regret standing against us. Good. So let's send some funds along as well. Let's then get this started again. I'm safe for now. My autopsy is not enough evidence of recants against me, and I found no new clues. It's good. Now I'm going to just quickly check something. I'm very curious. Let's see that one. Yep. Yeah, I'm very curious about Kerishim. Let's see. Ah, I think it's from the dancer. I think that was but is that the only? It's only the dancer then that can do that. I wonder. I don't know, but I think I'll need to look more into that in my own time. I won't keep you guys too much longer. Let's keep things going. Yes, yeah, so there's something, because Galmia keeps telling us to remember her when she goes there, and I can't imagine that that's only connected to the dancer. There must be something else that we can do, or maybe I'm wrong. If anybody can tell me, that would be great. Let's get work going again. Yeah, because if it's only dancer, then we can use those Kerishim ones without worrying. But if there's more to it, then we should probably at least try to fulfill it. But yeah, the plan is, in terms of dancers, that at the moment I'm doing an aspirant run on stream, which I was supposed to do a stream, well, as I'm recording this, Monday gone, but it would be, what, 3 Mondays ago, as you're watching, I think this will be like the last one of May that goes up on the channel. But hopefully for the stream one, I'll be able to get an ending with the aspirant, and then do start a dancer after that. But we'll see what happens there. Right, so we're going to let this run. I want to see what we get here. Then we have you as well. Okay. Lots of blood pumping. I'm going to send Victor back out, just as a kind of getting back on the horse type situation. I'm going to go there. It wasn't an erudition. Okay, that's kind of what we were waiting for. So I'll come back to you in a second. Let's pop you in there and get that erudition that we were looking for. And come back here. Last night in the great pavilion above the great sprawl of the bounds, a woman who once called herself Teresa Galmier sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horn cup with dream wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the mantis, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So here, let us share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. Okay, good. Then it just makes sense for us to pop straight back in there. Do that. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, blood's still pumping bright. So I think Dorothy's going to be called upon pretty soon. Okay, let's get Dorothy on the case now. Yep, call her back in again. Say, listen, you know the story. Go out, deal with the guys. I'm very impressed with how you dealt with the detective last time as well. And, you know, we believe in you here. Unfortunately, he's still looking. So he's going to get first dibs at it. A barred door, a cramped space, a hidden cargo. Yeah, he's going to get first dibs at it. So we got to hope that she can use all of her skills again. But maybe this time he will be wary and he won't allow her to do what he did before. The watchers here were guarding crates, sealed with thief-signed ribbons. This is not a lawful operation. The owners of the cargo may not be pleased with our meddling. Okay, take those. So the notoriety, he has almost 6 seconds left to find it, so we should. So the fracture can go up there. And then we have a martensite paste. The sacred chrism of the sword, also an attractive silver green. Okay. Well, you get to go sit there. Now let's see who is going to win this. Oh, of course you'd have to pop up. We'll go there. Pulsing arrows again. The hours have been called unmerciful. Oh, we've read that recently as well, so pop you there. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. So we've got you as well. You can pop up there. And then here. Got that. So we're going to pop in our passion and do that. And pop you over there. And we shall get this started again. Good. Okay. Now, we're going to go there again. It's going to keep things up there. So you're going to go. Eldridge is going to go. Then we send the funds that are needed. Start it. Okay. Okay. So very lucky. He was around. He was very close. He probably didn't realize how close he was. And I would imagine that Dorothy actually caught sight of him. And then kind of pulled her hat down a bit over her face. And probably had some kind of fan with her as well. Used that to block any vision that he would have of her. And then she just walked straight by him. He didn't even notice. And he left not knowing how close first of all he came to finding some useful evidence, and two, of spotting the person who potentially took the evidence that he had previously. Merzakam, the sun recedes, the glory recedes. I'm saying if that means anything. Okay, one thing's on. And then she goes there. She finds that the guys, even though the guys have been out there a couple of times, that they did leave something behind. And it's a bit sloppy of them, but she's kind of used to cleaning little bits and bobs Nothing too major, but hopefully she can dispose of it. How are we doing here? Wishing plans for the next phase. Okay, so let's see. We're going to get some lanterns, so Cat's going to go. Then we're going to send Pope after that. Then we'll send Victor. I'll be very pointed about it. We'll say, listen, Rose, I know we could send you, but you know Victor. You know Victor better than we do, and you know he'd want to go and prove himself. But Dorothy had a bit of a mishap. Maybe she spent more time trying to avoid the detective than she did trying to get rid of the evidence. And now she's got to go try again. And Ted, on hearing that, has another one of his funny spells. And everybody's thinking, is he going to take to his bed again? Right, let's try you. Favor from authority. Last night I dreamt of a blue silk pavilion overlooking cloudy labyrinth of the bounds. I listened to the mistress of the place speak of other visitors. The Suppression Bureau come here. Did you know that? Excuse me. Bit of yawn there. I think they hope to recruit me as an ally. She snores derisively. After what they did to Christopher, but their folly is your fortune. I will tell you something that may help you, if the Bureau ever troubles you. Okay, so that is good. And we'll put that next to you as well. So we got that too. So we have both of those, which means that you two can now be combined. Start that. Oh, you need something as well. Okay. The watchman will lend Birchie to our lamps, that they will show us the perils to avoid. Probably. Let's send Pope. The watchman will clear our sight so that we can almost certainly pass without error. I certainly like that better. We're saving that for you. We have a vitality here and a potentially another one there as well. You should be okay on that front. We're mud splattered and torn scratch, but we made it through. Good. A half glimpse of wistfulness has touched me. Yeah, he's kind of in a funny mood. Wistful, you know, kind of a little bit stressed about how things have been going. It's about to come crashing down for him. At least for a little while. This illness has damaged my health. I need to rest before I'm fully recovered. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get that rest going. Oh, not health, vitality. Here we go. Start that. Okay, let's send some extra funds for you guys. The erudition. Good. As yet, I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal. But what stirs in me? Okay, so we've got 2 restlessness sitting there. Optimism is a spice which saves. Dorothy comes back, expecting to talk to Father Ted about, you know, how she was successful second time, and then she's told that he's currently not available. He's not feeling the best, and with that, Enid would tell her to stand by because the guys are getting ready to finish up another expedition, and she should make arrangements to head out there. Not go just yet, but certainly make the arrangements for it. And Enid would also send Victor as well. And she probably, I would imagine, when she's making the decision, just make sure that she gets the nod from Rose as well, so she's not ruffling any feathers. She's not used to. There are times when she has to take decisions when Ted is not around, but she's not used to being the one that everyone looks to for the definitive decisions. But she's getting more used to it the more now that Ted is becoming injured. He's on the hunt now. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Yeah, so Ted is back around now. He fills him in on what happened while he was indisposed. He praises her for her handling of the situation and is overall pretty pleased with how things went. Let's slot you there. Okay, check you. The blood pumps bright and dark. They should not have opposed us. We move on. So yeah, Victor's pretty happy with getting out there again. Getting the job done, no problems at all. Now, Ted probably goes to talk to Dorothy. Dorothy says, "Oh, it's okay. Enid already spoke to me. I take it you want me to head on out?" He nods. She goes. She's not at all surprised to see that the detective is hanging around there. She's getting very used to him being there now, and she's probably, kind of knows now a little bit more about his habits, and she knows about the tea shop that he goes to, and knows that he takes, first thing in the morning he'll go for a walk, then he'll go to the tea shop for a while, he'll read the local paper, he'll look over his notes, then after that he will go and report, just report in, make a phone call, then do some scouting around town, see what evidence he can dig up, and then head back to the cafe again in the late afternoon. And so she's aware of it. She's pretty much aware of his movements by now. And it just makes her job that little bit easier, but doesn't mean that she's not going to, still needs to be careful about things. But another thing that she probably notices is that he seems to be, he has a routine before he heads off and kind of moves on to something else. And it seems like right now he's going through that routine and he's possibly getting ready to leave. So we are going to go for you, glimmering, okay. I recall my dream. This was the lodge of the blue silk, flapping in the wind of the mounds at the mansus's edge, and here was its mistress, who welcomed me, as she welcomes all travellers. "Company's nice," she confided, "but I still miss my Christopher. 10 years are not enough. We could not have been long together. Now without touching each other. And you know what occurs when a man long lies with a long woman. Or perhaps you don't. I hope you don't. I won't tell you, just in case. I will give you a tiny gift. Okay, so we have a glimmering. Pop that there. We shall now head back to the Mantis. Okay, yeah, and the detective leaves. Dorothy, relaxes a little bit and turns her focus to just keeping an eye on the guys and seeing what it is that they're up to. A barred door, a cramped space, a hidden cargo. And this time, previous times she has been there when they've been around, but she hasn't been looking to clean things up quite as closely after them as she has this time. The watchers here were guarding crates with thief-signed ribbons. This is not a lawful operation. The owners of the cargo may not be pleased with our meddling. Okay. So what did we get this time? Got some refulgin, a white so pure that it remains visible even in utter darkness. Okay, and that is a 4. I guess for now we'll just pop it up there because we don't have any room anywhere else. And we have cracked noonstone. Noon, the saying goes, is not what it was, but this stone still retains an embery glow. It has been cracked. A forge aspect follower could restore it with sufficient resources, or I could use it to power what power remains in it. Okay, I think we probably want to fix it if we can. Right, so we're going to send the guys back there again. This time though, we're going to tell Neville, you know what, we want you to take a bit of a break. Kat and Elridge are going to take care of the situation. So Neville at first kind of thinks that maybe he's being slighted a little bit, and he's not sure how to take that. But then we reassure him that we're very happy with how he has been leading expeditions, but we want other people to also feel like, they're getting a chance as well. It can't always be him or Enid. And he kind of agrees with that. And we also tell him as well that, we haven't been feeling the best lately, and we know that we've actually been leaning a lot on Enid here in the church and in the cult headquarters, and we'd like Neville to support Enid and just make sure that everything here is going well rather than just being always away. Neville kind of sees the sense in that and is placated by it. Okay, let's pop you there. So we're going to have to get some opium soon. Okay, so we've got some erudition. Last night dream I was in the lodge of the Sage Knight behind a white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I'd asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did come here, so let me tell you about something else. Okay, so we have... Oops. We've got that. Now, we need to do this. In times of special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium and make my dreams sweet, but only in times of a special crisis. Well, this kind of counts, I would say. Okay, planning for the next, so let's send Pope along. Okay, and while we have the chance, actually, Laidlaw, we bring Laidlaw into one of the little rooms off the church. We say to him, Laidlaw, you know what? The guys found this last time they were out, and it's got a crack in it. Do you think you can fix it? Just have a look at it and let me know what you need. So he's going to have a look at that and tell us if indeed he can fix it, and if he can, what it's going to take. It might actually take a silver one of these. Not sure. The watchman will clear our sight so that we can almost certainly pass without error. And with that knowledge, we're going to send Victor back out again. Going to grab that. That's good for us. Okay, now. Oh, the deep piece, but I should not do this again. Okay. Now, that's probably going to be gone by the time we actually need it. So, I'm going to have to go in here and hopefully get another one. And you're going to be issue 2, so when that's done, we're going to have to deal with you as well. Oh, luckily, we got this. This is something like enlightenment. Okay, grab you and pop you there. So you have 114. Oh, let's swap you 2 around. Use the one that has less time. No, wait. Like that. What? There we go. My follower needs funds to complete this task. Okay. Oh, just funds, okay. Interesting. I thought they definitely need one of these. Our expedition plans. Okay, we're going to send funds now. Slot that. Last night in the billowing blue of the lodge of the stage knight, I sat on velvet cushions, watched 2 dead contend with shining swords. They came at the place, said the woman who rules here now, the one who once called herself Galmier. I was not the sage knight, if that's what you're wondering. He went higher in the manses long before I came here. My attention has drifted. The swords sparkle like falling water. The dead move like dancers. Okay. Let's pop you up there. So we're saving that for you, which won't take long. The stone is repaired. It shines again as it did once before. Okay. And that is okay, aspect 4. You can go sit there then. This illness is damaging my health. I need to rest before I'm fully recovered. And Ted takes to his... Oops, not that one. Ted takes to his sick bed again. And Neville kind of realizes why Ted wanted him to come back here. Ted kind of worries a little bit as well, or sorry, Neville worries a little bit about, you know, the toll that everything is taking on Ted, and whether himself and Enid should maybe, you know, take on more responsibility, take some of the weight off Ted's shoulders, maybe have a chat with it with Enid about it as well. The Watchers almost certainly regret standing against us. Good. Let's send some funds. Dwarf Despair prowls elsewhere. A good thing. Their blood plumps bright and dark. They should not have opposed us. We move on. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. So Ted comes back and Enid and Neville say, "Listen, Ted, we'd like to have a word." Ted, not sure what's coming, sits down, invites them into his little office, and first of all, Neville kind of is kind of circling the issue and not really getting to the point, and then Enid just comes straight out with it and says, "We think you're taking just too much strain on you, and we feel that you should start sharing some of your responsibilities with us, not just when you're away or when you're unwell. We think it should be more of a permanent thing." And Ted at first is taken aback by this and doesn't know, what way really to take it. Are Enid and Neville making a power play to oust him from the cult? But when he thinks of it a bit more, he thinks, well, it does make sense. I have been sick a lot lately, and if they can handle some more of the day-to-day running of the cult, why not? And he agrees to give them a bit more power. And as they leave his office, he begins to relax a little, but there is a little part of him that, it's always there. It's always doubting whether people have his best interest at heart or not. Even though neither Enid nor Neville have shown any signs, to say that they haven't, it's still there, nagging away. And while Ted is thinking about that, Neville goes to Dorothy and says, "Hey Dorothy, you know what to do." And Dorothy's kind of, first of all, not really shocked, but slightly surprised that it's Neville who's giving the order to that. She's had before, like Enid and Rose telling her what to do, but Neville has generally been out in the field and not really taking that much authority when he's back at base. But Dorothy is an agreeable sort and she goes along with it. Oh, but maybe he sent her a bit too early though. It's the thing. And Isabeth is sent out as well, just to try and hurry the guys along a bit. She's known to be a no-nonsense person, and Enid sent her along with instructions to just, tell the guys that they need to just get a bit of a hurry on. But right now, we're going to get a little bit of a hurry on because we are out of time. So I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you keep safe out there and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.